Namaste, I am Dr.Jayshree Om and you're watching me on my YouTube channel. So the first Vastu remedy, that is to read. Why read book 1, book 2, book 3 and book 4? So the first Vastu remedy that I have given in my Vastu Remedies book is to read the scriptures. Let us understand how reading scriptures can change the architecture of your brain, of your mind, of your chitta. So namaste, you're following me on my YouTube channel. Do subscribe and share the Vastu knowledge that I am sharing with you, which is from the scriptures. So I'm here to talk about Vastu as per scriptures. Why Vastu as per scriptures? Because they are the authentic source. Vastu has come from the mouth of Lord Shambhu, Lord Shiv, and he narrated the entire Vastu to Brihadratha, then to Parasar and sage Parasarji, and then to Lord Vishwakarma. And that is how it has come to us. So today I want to talk about perhaps the simplest Vastu remedy I have ever given in my books. And I always tell all my clients to first read my books. So it doesn't require you to break any wall. It doesn't require to shift your kitchen. It does not require apply expensive crystals or yantras or whatever is there in the market, pyramids and whatnot. So here, when you read these scriptures, you don't need any of these remedies. You don't even have to leave your house. You can sit in your comfort zone. Just open the book and start reading the scriptures. I know it is going to be a tough task, but take the first step. So you simply have to choose one corner of your house, make it as your scripture corner, sit there, open the scripture, maybe create the ambience, light a lamp or incense stick, and just start reading. So this is the number one remedy that I would suggest, and it's very easy to follow this. And now I want to explain why I keep asking you to read the scriptures. So first I'm asking you to read Vishwakarma Prakash, then Manushya Chandrika, then Sri Raj Vallabh, and then the fourth one, Samrangan Sutradhar. And Samrangan Sutradhar itself has 3 volumes. So what happens when you read these scriptures? I'm not asking you to become any Vastu consultant or anything. Neither anybody can become a consultant by reading these scriptures. So why am I constantly asking you to go back to the scriptures? Because they are the source code. And because Vastu, for me, it was never about changing the architect around you, or this is not right and that direction is not right and this is wrong as per Vastu. To tell you the truth, nothing is wrong, nothing is right. Everything is as per your convenience. So eventually Vastu must change. The core message is to change the architecture of your mind, to change the architecture within you. So what happens when you read these scriptures? Think about it. So you are quietly sitting in one corner reading the scripture. You can go to any cafe and take these scriptures to a holiday home and just concentrate and read. So physically, nothing dramatic is changing. Nothing is happening physically, but something is changing within you. So you haven't moved a door. You haven't changed any direction. You haven't spent a rupee on expensive remedies. You are just doing something very, very important. That is changing the architecture of your brain, of your mind, of your neurons. So that is what I'm trying to tell you here, that every time you encounter a new idea, so your brain is asking you to not read it and go back to your comfort zone, but you have to take a resolve and just ask your brain to process something that is outside its habitual pattern. So when you are just going through a habitual pattern, the ability of the brain to adapt and recognize itself through new experiences and learning is what is called neuroplasticity. So this ability of the brain to adapt and reorganize itself through experience and learning is called neuroplasticity. So here I repeat, and this is where reading becomes so powerful. So reading is one of the most powerful tool to change the architecture of your brain. So because most of us don't realize how repetitive our thinking has become. We wake up thinking about the same problems, the same issues, same problems like the money, the relationship, the business, the lack of incoming cash, and outgoing is too much, then your children, their classes, their careers, then your own health, your family members' health, your parents' health, and plus you have to also compete with the surrounding competition. So what somebody said about us, what somebody did to us, why somebody has more than us, why something hasn't happened for us. So constantly we are bombarded with these thought process again and again. Our brain is going into the survival mode. The external situation may change, but internally we may continue running the same program. That things are changing, but still we are not satisfied, and we are just repeating the same program in our mind. And then we wonder, why is my life repeating itself? And then you will also see that there is a pattern that is repeating in your life. So why is my life repeating itself is the question that we always ask ourselves. So sometimes it's like, before changing your house, you need to change the pattern through which you are experiencing your house and your life. So this is very important point. So when you shift your house, you need to change your pattern, because your brain may look similar, your inner architecture is not. So your physically you may change, but your inner energy might be same. That's the reason I'm asking you to change the inner pattern of your brain. So if you look at the human brain anatomically, of course human brains share the same basic structures. Everybody's brain looks the same, but does everybody think the same way? I mean, do we think the same way? No, everybody has a different thinking pattern. Though the brain structure is same, but we think differently. So does everybody respond to the failure in the same way? No, everybody has a very different way to respond to the failures. So no two people are same, no two people's problems are same. There may be similarities. That is why we become friends. We become friends with people who have the same emotional wound. And then once your frequency changes, your circle also changes. So sometimes we think that my life is finished. The other says, okay, what is this trying to teach me? So everybody sees problems in a very different way. So there is outer architecture is same, but the internal architecture is always different. So one person sees rejection, another person sees redirection, one person sees somebody else's success and becomes jealous, and other sees the same success and thinks that if it is possible for them, perhaps even I can learn something from them. They are not jealous, they don't backbite, they learn from the other person's success. So this is what happens. So one person receives money and immediately becomes very fearful of losing it. One person is happy receiving the money, but another person understands the same money as resources and asks, how can I use this wisely, and how can I create something out of this, how can I give back, how can I create jobs in the society so that there is circulation of money, and that is why universe gives them more and more money, so that there is abundance in their life to give. So this is what I mean when I talk about the structure of the mind. So this structure is being created every day by what you repeatedly consume, you think, you read, discuss and practice. Of course, it's our environment that is actually kind of making the internal structure of our brain.